How the media, the financial industry, and academia scare you so you won't retire. Every year, Fidelity does this stupid study as Fidelity's 20th annual retiree healthcare cost estimates, and it hits a new high. A couple retiring today will need $300,000 to cover medical expenses, which is an 88% increase from 2002. Oh my goodness. Now let's just read the kicker here. According to Fidelity, a 65-year-old couple, a 65-year-old opposite gender couple, there we go, opposite gender. We used to call these married people, by the way, married couple. A 65-year-old married couple, opposite gender, no one talks like this, other than spoiled brats that went to Wellesley, and freaking those stupid schools up in the Northeast. Can expect to spend, a 65-year-old couple can expect to spend $300,000 in healthcare and medical expenses throughout retirement. For single retirees, the estimate is $157,000 for a woman and $143,000 for a man. What if you vacillate back and forth? I just wondered. The estimate marks a new milestone high, up 30% from 10 years ago, but just 1.7% from 2020, which is weird because inflation's through the roof, right? Anyway, let's just go down. We're going to see what they say because they give us a little number down here. We're going to go to number 3. Estimate is based on hypothetical couple retiring in 2021, 65-year-old with life expectancies aligned with the Society of Actuaries. All right. The calculation takes into account cost-sharing provisions associated with Medicare Part A and Part B. It also considers Medicare Part D premiums and out-of-pocket costs, as well as certain services excluded by original Medicare. It does not include health-related expenses such as over-the-counter medications, drug, dental services, or long-term care. Oh my goodness, I'm going to spend $300,000 and that doesn't include long-term care? So let me show you something else. Something from Nerd Wallet. Most people over 65 will eventually need some form of paid care. Here are some ways to plan ahead. Most people will eventually need some form of paid care for daily living tasks such as bathing, eating, or dressing. Men will need assistance for 2.2 years, while women will need it for almost 4. More than a third will spend time in a nursing home where the median annual cost is $100,000. 4 out of 10 will pay for paid care at home where the median annual cost is $50,000. Overall, half of the people over 65 will incur long-term care, and 15% will incur more than $250,000 in costs, according to a study by Vanguard. Oh my goodness! The Genworth cost of care survey, and here's in-home care, $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Home health aid, $5,000 a month. Assisted living, $4,500 a month. Semi-private room in a nursing home, $8,000, $9,000 a month. All right, so we go over this time and time again. Oh my goodness, long-term care is going to eat away. We're not going to be able to retire. I'm going to share with you. Hold on a second. We've seen all this stuff. We all hear the scary tactics. Look, I've talked about it in my book. You can retire on Social Security. About the fear-mongering that comes with this. I've talked about that. But let's look at it when it comes to actual financial planning. And let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm doing my annual review with a lady today, and here we are. Probability of success, only 16%. Oh, my goodness. And she's got a $1.57 million net worth, no debt. She has $45,000 in the bank, $1.2 million in assets and liquid investable assets, $325,000 is her house with no mortgage, no debt at all. And she's going to have an effective federal tax rate of 12.2, but she only has 16% probability of success. She must spend a lot, right? Yeah, let me show you. In 17 years or so, 16 years, her expenses are all $76,000 plus taxes. Income inflows can be Social Security, plan distribution. Her RMDs, $40,000. She has $90,000 coming in. She has $78,000 going out the door, which includes a travel vacation. This is actually after we had her traveling till she's, I think, we had her put in a $10,000 a year for a vacation goal as well. But I think it stopped by the time she's 80. Anyway, be that as it may. So she's 80 years old. She's single. She's a divorcee. $80,000 going out the door, $8,000 in taxes, $89,000 coming in, $86,000 going out the door. So she's reinvesting into her brokerage account $2,500. All right, does that make sense? $50,000 Social Security, $40,000 RMDs, $90,000 coming in, $78,000 going out the door, plus income taxes, $86,000. So she's not living like a pauper. Everybody can agree with that, right? Yes, you can. You can agree with that. So you're still sitting there, well, that's how much, because she doesn't spend much. We actually have her spending $3,500 a month in discretionary expenses, plus property taxes, plus health insurance, which ain't cheap. And I told her, I said, Medicare is about $550 a month. She goes, whoa, that's crazy. I didn't realize it's that much. I said, exactly. But it's free. Let's expand Medicare, says Bernie Sanders and all the fools on the Democratic Party. All right. Anything jump out at you? Look at the expenses category. Anything? So, I mean, she's actually not even coming close to running out of money. Anything jump out at you right here? Yeah, what is that, I wonder? What is that? $516,000, $542,000 in 25 years or so. All right, that's her last 2 years of a nursing home. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's her liquid assets. This is the median. You can see the median never comes anywhere less than $500,000. Median means half the time she has more, half the time she has less. We're only giving her a 3.5% rate of return with a 6% standard deviation because she has a bucket portfolio, basically Wellesley cash, and it's just this fantastic, great portfolio. She's not run out of money. Oh, until right here. Now this is her liquid assets, her investable and bank accounts. What happens there? Oh, $1 million. You can see right down here, $1 million goes for nursing home care. $1 million flipping bucks. That's in future dollars, I grant you, and we're inflating that is basically $100,000 a year today. We're inflating at a 5.5% a year. That's $1 million in nursing home costs right there. So she ran out of money. She only has a 16% probability of success. So how dare she retire? So we have changed nothing. She still gets 3.5% rate of return. We have literally changed nothing. All we have done is got rid of the nursing home cost. All right. It went from 16% where she can't retire to 83% where she obviously can, and she's going to leave her two daughters $400,000 as well. All right, so that one change. Now you're like, whoa, but Josh, what? You can't just do that. Sure, I can. Let me show you why. Because these are her assets, her net worth, essentially. All right, so you can see she got no debts. So her house is worth $500,000 by the time she's 79 years old. It's only worth $350,000 now. We're inflating at 3%, which makes sense to me. Her assets are only growing by 3.5%. Inflation as a whole is about 3 to 3.5% when you factor in everything. So her assets are 887. They're shrinking because she's only making 3.5% a year. We're projecting very low rates of return in this regard. Her net worth is 1.3 million. So you come down here when she has right here, her net worth is $1.4 million. This is when she's using her nursing home. She needs $500,000 a year for nursing home, which is just so absurd. It's just even stupid because it's likely if that is not happening, it's just not. But even if it were happening, she still has a net worth of $500,000. Why? Because she has this house right here, my friends. This house, the house is worth $700,000. So this right here only shows you what her liquid asset base is. It doesn't show her net worth, it's just her liquid assets. So she has a 16% probability of success, i.e. not running out of money, while she's sitting on a $700,000 home and she's in a nursing home. I hate to say this could be crazy, because physicists will say, you don't know what you're talking about. Because, science, trust the science. It's literally impossible for you to occupy simultaneously your house and a nursing home at the same time. You cannot do that. It's physically, I know it's shocking, right? You need Einstein to tell us that. Einstein, clown. It's literally impossible for you to occupy these two places at the same time. Don't be a clown. We know this. Thus, if you're going into a nursing home, what do? You sell your house. Why do you sell your house? So that way you don't run out of money. To have a house that's unoccupied, that's worth $700,000, under the far removed probability that you'll need a nursing home for $500,000 a year, is mind-bogglingly stupid. So in this case, we didn't sell our house, it doesn't matter. Because we're using our house to finance the nursing home, this clip does not happen. And we don't run out of money. Why? Because we have liquid assets. We funded our nursing home with the sale of our home. Again, the likelihood of you needing that nursing home is so remote, it's not even going to be worth it. You can read it in my book. I talk all about it in there, and you should buy the book. I don't know how much it costs, $5, something like that. I don't know. You can buy it on, if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. That's how they scare you. So a financial advisor says, oh, you only got 16% probability. You say, how do you get that number? Oh, well, the nursing home costs. It's freaking nuts, man. And the academia follows the same thing. Teresa Giorgeldi at the New School, Stephanie Kelton, all the Marxists in economics. I was listening to a guy the other day, Michael Hudson. He's a left-wing economist. There is no, they don't allow us to have other opinions in economics other than what the Chicago boys say. And that's so freaking stupid. Marxists are dominating the economics department. This is dumb. Anyway, the point being is academia wants to scare you. Of course, financial industry wants to scare you as well. Simply why? And the news media wants to scare you. It's all about money, man. The longer you retire, the more they get paid. It's just that. The longer you work, I should say, the more they get paid. It's just that simple. All right. Love to hear your thoughts.